Bruins going up against the team from the Soviet Union, the Central Red Army. The Boston Bruins are already hit the ice, and we await the return to the ice of the Central Red Army. And we'll get back with the starting lineups and the opening face-off right after these words. A building steeped in tradition. All those banners hanging from the rooftops here at the ancient Boston Garden, which sits inside the North Station, and the Boston Bruins fans are on hand to see this third game of the series between the Red Army team and members of the National Hockey League. And this game number 3, this is the first part of our Sports Channel doubleheader. Tonight it'll be Dinamo Riga against the Los Angeles Kings. Reggie Lemelin will be in goal this afternoon for the Boston Bruins. He's already appeared in 19 games for Boston with a goals against average of 2.95. And right now the teams will line up at center ice. The captains will exchange banners. We'll have the playing and singing of both our national anthems. And right here the crowd comes to its feet as the national anthem of the Soviet Union to be followed by the national anthem of the United States.
Please rise for the Soviet and American national anthems. This afternoon to be sung by Mr. René Raincourt, accompanied by organist Ron Perry.
René Raincourt with the singing of the national anthem. The Soviet players appreciated it. They were tapping their sticks following the conclusion. Really nice rendition of it. We're taking a look at the officials right now. Perry Gregson, the referee. The linesmen are Mark Pear and Ron Finn. As we're getting ready for play, and in goal for the Soviet Union, Sergei Milnikov, who was nothing less than sensational in the Soviet Union's battles against the Olympic foes in Calgary last year.
He was outstanding in the Olympic Games. As you look at now, Reggie Lemelin. And Reggie, who has been struggling lately with the Bruins, and I think a lot of that is because the Bruins as a team have been struggling. Reggie's only played one game against the Soviets in his career, and that being a loss. with a 6.00 goals against average. But there's a look now at Viktor Tikhonov, the head man on this club. And I'll tell you, you talk about being in charge and being the boss. That man is in charge, and that man is the boss.
Have you ever seen him smile?
No, very rarely, and that man doesn't smile too often either.
He wasn't smiling a couple of nights ago,
no,
Terry Riley.
Terry wasn't, but I'll tell you, you want to talk about a team that takes the character of its coach. The Boston Bruins, very much so, very much resemble Terry O'Reilly of the way they play, their work ethic, and the type of people that they are.
Very emotional as a player and very emotional, too, as a coach. This is Milnikov, who is 30 years of age, 5'10", 176 pounds, and plays for Traktor, one of the teams in the Soviet National League. His 13th year as a hockey goaltender. Competed in the Super Series 1986, in which the Soviets did not lose a game, winning 5 and tying 1.
Well, he'll be an interesting goalie to talk about throughout the game, because they're as much as they're high on him, they're not very pleased with a lot of his play.
Vladionov on the face-off. It was Vladionov, Krutov, and Makarov, that KLM line of the Soviet Union, to open it up, and it's deflected up into the crowd off the stick of Glenn Wesley. Kasper centering the opening line here for the Boston Bruins as we look at Makarov. Sergei Makarov, one of the all-time greats, another master of sport in the Soviet Union.
He's a player that, you know, he's played in 3 Olympic Games, played against the team that I played on in 1980, also played in 1984, and also played in 1988.
Backboard is Fetisov. Bad pass out in front. Puck lies there as Cam Neely had an opportunity at it before he was bodies off. Fetisov feeding ahead to Krutov. Krutov fires on net, kicked aside by Lemelin, put out in front again. Kasper goes for it, and Lemelin pins it up against the net.
Well, almost a real good scoring opportunity early for the Boston Bruins, as something that you hardly ever see. Fetisov giving up the puck in front of his own net, and Cam Neely comes in, makes a nice little play. Nothing came about it for the Bruins, but watch this play coming up. You hardly ever see this kind of pass from Fetisov. Right out in front, and almost. Cam Neely came in, noticed he couldn't get the puck, so he decided to take the defenseman instead.
And that was Konstantinov, who was being paired with Fetisov instead of with his normal partner, Kasatonov. Bruins have the puck. And it's finally skated out to center by Bob Sweeney. Sweeney trying to feed ahead to Crowder. Konstantinov dropping it off for Larionov. Larionov giving now to Fetisov. Fetisov number 2. Konstantinov. Fetisov took a good hard hit that time from Bob Joyce as Don Sweeney chases it down and gives to Hauger. To Sweeney. No score in the opening minute of play. Kasatonov. This pass to Konstantinov. Joyce doing some good forechecking, something that's very difficult to do against the Soviet team.
Well, I think the advantage they're going to have in this is the size of this building, and not give the Soviets that much room to be able to come out. The key to beating the Soviets is to stay on their defensemen. Don't give their defensemen that much time to set up and look for their players.
Gusadov cut it ahead to Kamyansky. Here's Gusadov coming in and firing wide. Kamyansky. Kasatonov is able to keep it in the zone where it's flagged down by the Bruins' Gary Galley. And here is Kamyansky going for it, and finally Galley clears it the length of the ice.
Again, something we just saw the Soviets do, dumping the puck in the zone. You never see them do that. They hardly ever do it. But again, this building is going to control some of the play that they would normally like to be able to do.
Yeah, there is a big controversy. Oh, the small rink, will it hurt the Soviets? I think if you took the Soviet team and brought them here and had them play a full season, they most probably would adapt even better because of their great skating, puck handling skills.
I think so. I think you'd see them change their style a little because, as you said, their skating abilities, they probably would forecheck differently and maybe dump the puck in a little more because of their speed and quickness, be able to get to the puck. But it is more of a disadvantage, this building, more so than, say, the Islanders building, because it is a lot smaller here.
Kasper wins the faceoff from Bakeoff, and another hard check that time by Cam Neely as he took Gusadov down. This is Kasatonov. Bad pass again. Neely intercepting. Some very uncharacteristic errant passing by the Soviets as Carter dumps it in. Neely chases down. Gusadov takes him down. Kasper and Bakeoff go for it. And finally, Kasatonov is able to control the puck for the Soviets. Ahead to Bakeoff. Kasatonov, the shot by Kamyansky just goes wide. He got a bit of room on that far side. And just one time did on net. Stelnov, Igor Stelnov, number 21, shooting it back. Wesley will chase down. Instead, Lemelin feeds it out ahead to Carter. This is Malikov. Zalapukin, number 10. His pass hopping over the stick of Davidov. And Cam Neely back for it with the Bruins. We played 2 minutes 45 seconds, no score. And here's Johnston with a shot and a good kick save. Right out in front it comes, and fanning on it right out in front. That time was Burris. Zalapukin in the zone. Zalapukin drops it off. Davidov now. Davidov, he has room. He'll fire the backhand, score! Davidov with a beautiful individual effort, going behind the net, coming out in front, controlling it on a stick, and firing that backhander over the left shoulder of goaltender Reggie Leverland.
This is just a pretty play. You watch Davidov. He does the whole thing all by himself. He takes the pass from Chernik. That's right, Chernik to Zalapukin, who now gets it off. Now watch Davidov. He comes behind. He's got great quickness. Comes to the front. Nobody picks him up. He makes a beautiful move. Now watch what his goal is. Up top. Roofed it. And nothing Reggie Leverland could do about that, boy. That was just a pretty shot by Davidov.
And the Soviet Red Army team has taken a 1-0 lead here with 3 minutes and 15 seconds gone by. Stonikov will keep the puck in for the Soviets. Gusarov with a shot, sails high, and winds up in the crowd. With 16:35 remaining in the first period, Bruins are trailing the Red Army 1-0. We'll get back. .35 remaining in the first period. The Soviet Union leading it by a score of 1-0. Nemchinov, Sergei Nemchinov, who's a member of the Soviet wings. They've imported, so to speak, a couple of players from other teams to take part in this.
Yes, it is. They have to bring other players.
Crowder and Joyce going for the puck, along with Nemchinov for the Soviet Union. This is Joyce putting it out in front. And a good defensive play right out in front that time by the Soviet Union's Gostichin. And a good opportunity right there for the Boston Bruins.
Oh, nice plays by Bobby Joyce, able to feed the puck across the net. And let's take a look at it. Now, Joyce, who played in the Canadian Olympic team, big, strong kid, he comes out and makes a nice slide feed across. And Donnie Sweeney almost gets a piece of it. Kind of took himself off the angle with the pass. He had it originally and should have shot it maybe a little sooner. You look at Bobby Joyce, I mentioned, who played in the Canadian Olympic team. Good cornerman, plays real well in this building.
Soviets control. Krutov, Konstantinov now giving to Fetisov. Fetisov feeding ahead to Larionov. Larionov's shot is blocked right at the zone and played by Casper. Soviets lead 1-0. 15:55 remaining in this first period. Casper moves forward for the Bruins. Good individual effort with shots sailing wide off the stick of John Carter. And here's Krutov 2-on-1. That's Makarov on his right. Makarov back to Krutov, sails it wide. Makarov again. He'll drop it back to Krutov, who gives it to Konstantinov, who shot save Lemon. On the rebound, the puck is controlled by Greg Hauger. Hauger brings it forward for the Bruins, ahead to Neely. Neely with a shot, just sails wide. Good opportunity there for the Boston Bruins.
Yes, Cam Neely had Milnikov leaning the other way and almost caught the far corner.
Here's Makarov dropping for Krutov. Krutov tries to center, and it's taken away by Casper. Casper ahead now as Gray goes for the puck, along with Burridge. Here's Burridge, Randy Burridge, trying to feed it out in front. Johnstone goes for it. Instead, it's played by Larionov. Larionov dropping it back to Homatov. And another bad pass. Here's Burridge coming in. Drops the puck in front. Johnston couldn't come up with it. Homatov, number 15, goes for it. Instead, it's played by Kamensky. Another bad pass. Burridge save. And holding on is Milikov. Oh, I have never seen a Soviet team come out and make us... In tennis, you'd call them unforced errors. I mean, one right after the other. We'll take a break. We'll get back with the Soviets leading 1-0 despite those mistakes. Face-off coming deep in the Soviet zone with the Red Army leading by a score of 1-0. Crowder tries to put the puck in front for the Bruins, and that one just sailed wide. Milikov really never saw that one. Davidov dropping it to Zalapukin. Zalapukin for the Soviets. Davidov No penalty call, and might easily have been one as Davidov kind of tackled Galley. Zelepukin in front. The shot sails wide. Good opportunity right there, standing right on the doorstep. Now for the Soviets.
This is where the Soviets have had some problems, getting the puck out of their own zone. And the Bruins, I think, are the cause of it because they're sending 2 men right on the puck right away, and they're not giving the Soviets room to maneuver and room to set up and make those passes that they so much like to make.
And here you see a lot of this circling action right now as they try and move forward. And that pass coming across the red line from the Soviet zone. An offside call with 13:34 remaining in this first period. Davidov with the game's only goal, and the Soviets leading 1-0.
One thing, Spencer, you have to understand about the Soviets is they're a great counter-attacking type of a hockey team. Once they get control of the puck, they want you to chase them. They want you to come after them. And once you come after them, they try to spring somebody the other way. What's happening here is the Bruins are coming after them, but they're getting on them quick enough so the Soviets don't have that time to look for that man. They don't have the room all the time to find the open player.
Melnikov holding on to that shot by Jay Miller. It's kind of like they bait. It's the old retailing trick, a bait and switch, right? They bait. You come, and all of a sudden, boom, they get.
Well, see, that's one thing the Islanders did very well the other night against them was they forced them quick enough so they didn't have time. But when we watched the Dinamo Riga play against Edmonton, I'll finish that after this.
Here's Wesley's shot, blocked right in front by Neely, his teammate. Wesley goes after it again and dumps it into the corner. Casper being pinned into the boards by Nemchinov, number 22. Bruins trying to bring it out in front. Jay Miller. Instead it's played by Homatov. Koschekin able to get it ahead, but it's intercepted by Casper, who tries to fire it back. Koschekin has it back. Has Komatov on the left, and Koschekin taken out of the play. Good defensive play right there, but right out in front it comes. Kasatonov saved by Lemelin. Koschekin taken into the boards by Casper. And Alain Cote has it for the Bruins. Feeds it ahead on the right wing to Jay Miller, who dumps it back to center. 12:35 left first period. Soviet Red Army 1, Boston Bruins nothing. Shots on goal, Soviets 4-3. Great kick save on Gay. Another giveaway, and Johnston set Gay up perfectly right in front. Burridge back behind the net. He is collared there by Larionov. Larionov, and now Fetisov has it. Vyacheslav Fetisov feeding ahead at the red line to Krutov. Johnston intercepts, try to find Burridge on the left wing. Fetisov again, chased by Burridge. Feeds ahead, Hawgood blocks it down.
They're really trying to get that home run play, Spencer. They're really looking for that man floating out around the blue line and the red line and trying to sprink him free.
Here's Terry Crowder now for the Bruins, feeding it up ahead for Hawgood. Hawgood and Konstantinov, number 16, go for the puck. Konstantinov wins the puck, but loses control. Joyce fires high. On the rebound, Konstantinov goes for it again, but the Bruins are able to control. Bob Sweeney, number 42, right out in front. The shot by Galley. Save, and Melnikov holds on.
I'll tell you, Melnikov had never seen that shot at all. He was down on his knees, and Galley just happened to shoot it where his pad was. Melnikov had no idea at all where that shot was.
We'll take a break and get back. 11:26 remaining. Let's pause for a regional break.
Let's take a look quickly at that great goal-scoring chance the Bruins have. Bobby Sweeney to Galley. Now watch him come out, and Melnikov, I'll tell you, just went down, and that puck just happened to hit his right pad. He had no idea where it was. He knew it was under him somewhere, but not sure where. That was probably, I think, the best scoring chance the Bruins have had so far.
Look what I found. And Melnikov comes up with the puck. Sweeney will take this draw for the Bruins. He has Crowder on the right. On the left side, Bob Joyce. Against the Soviets, Bakov. Here's Krutov, right out in front. Sweeney with a shot save out in front. There's a question mark there, because if you look at Melnikov, he is back inside the net, and that puck may very well have crossed the line.
It looked like he had it in front of him, but again, I said that Galley was the best scoring chance. Let me rephrase that. That was the best scoring chance. Bobby Sweeney giving a little nod to Quintel. Now, you watch this play. I'll tell you, the face-off goes back. And you watch Quintel, fakes the shot and finds Sweeney and a nice backhander. One thing Milnikov does as a goaltender, he constantly goes down. You have to get the puck up in the air on him.
Omatov trying to get around Galley. Bruins have the puck. They trail 1-0. Steve Quintal speeding ahead, but it's intercepted by Gusadov. Alexei Gusadov in his 8th year, 5th year with the Red Army team. Here's Galley. Quintal back to Galley. Soviets lead 1-0. Joyce trying to crank it up. Kasatonov just takes it right off his stick. Some good hard checking by the Bruins. Kamensky went for it instead of shot into the zone by John Carter. Kasatonov and Carter fighting for the puck. Kamensky, number 13. Elaine Cote. And this is Omatov.
Again, when I was talking about Spencer, I tried to explain before, is what Edmonton did was they let them set up a little, but they had a high forechecker so that once they broke the first 2 original forecheckers, there was a 3rd man there always to break up the play.
Another 2-on-1. Zelapukin coming in as Chernak at his right, and he scores! Zelapukin took it all by himself and comes on to score to make this a 2-0 hockey game.
Well, again, the Soviets able to capitalize on the Bruins' mistakes. It looked to me like Reggie Lemlin thought he might have been passing the puck because it might have caught him by surprise. Now you watch the Soviets. See what they try to do? They try to spring the man high. That time they got the puck through. It's a 2-on-1. Now watch Reggie Lemlin. He seems like he was overplaying, wasn't sure what was going to happen, and was kind of caught flat-footed. Here's another look at it. And Lemlin doesn't know which way this guy's going to shoot or pass, and he's leaning to his right, and he got beat to the left side. Reggie's just looks like he's just not sure of where he is in the net.
One of the bright young stars for the Soviets, Valentin Zelapukin, only his 2nd year with the Red Army team. Here's Chernak into the zone. And Cam Neely comes up with it. Davidov gets the assist on that goal. So Davidov with a goal and an assist. Davidov, another one of the Soviet youngsters. He's only 21 years of age. Cam Neely goes for it. Chernak bats it away, and Malikov shoots it out to center. Soviets looking for a change. Koskichin comes into the zone. Here's Cam Neely back for the Bruins. Boston moving forward. Jay Miller gives to Neely. Shot. Milnikov with another save. Bruins have outshot the Soviets 7-5. Soviets, however, lead by a score of 2-0. 9:06 remaining in the half. Here's Nemchinov into the zone. Lemlin out of the net. He's ahead to Cam Neely. Tries to find Gay on the right wing, but it's broken up by Gusadov. And goal coming at the 9:57 mark. Zelapukin from Davidov and Stelnov. Kamensky chasing it, but it's dropped back by Don Sweeney, who gives to Greg Hargood. Soviets out in front, 2-0. Interesting, we talked about the small ice, Michael, and the Soviets have never lost here. They've beaten the Bruins 3 straight times.
Well,
so much for theory, huh?
You're right, but I'll tell you, one thing we have been able to see is the Soviets are making mistakes they normally do not make, and I think that is partly because of the Bruins forechecking, and the other part because they don't have the room that they would like to be able to move the puck.
Here's Konstantinov firing it in, again paired with Fetisov on defense. Krutov going for the Soviets. Down goes Galley. Krutov has it. Back to the point it comes, but too far for Konstantinov.
Here's where they'll try to spring somebody. They'll bring it back. Nothing sets up. Watch Krutov. They're starting to circle. This is what they do so well. Again, a nice job there by Crowder.
Crowder's pass intended for Joyce. Sweeney with the backhand, and Milnikov for the save. The rebound by Joyce and another save for Milnikov. And the puck is controlled by Igor Larionov. Larionov skating out to center. Drops for Mikhailov. Back to Larionov. To the trailer for Fetisov coming in, and the Bruins. Sweeney beating ahead to Joyce. Dropping it off for Quintal. Crowder shooting it into the zone. Gusadov chases down for the Soviets with 7:15 left in the first period. Red Army leads 2-0. Carter shoots it back to Neely. Cam Neely dropping back for Carter, looking for Quintal. Here's Quintal, the trailer. He fires wide. Wesley unable to keep it in.
You know, another thing, Spencer, when you watch the Soviets play in the National Hockey League, there are very few whistles. The game seems to move a lot smoother, a lot quicker.
Yeah. Here's Casper putting it out in front. Neely's shot just sails a little bit wide. Gusadov was kind of on his back. And Neely was just kneeling down, kind of trying to tee it up. Looked almost like a croquet player there, lining up over it with a mallet. We'll take a break right here with the Soviets leading by a score of 2-0. Spencer Ross and Mike Eruzione back here at the Boston Garden. 6:37 remaining in this first period. Soviets leading it by a score of 2-0. And Malakoff, off the draw, sends it back into the neutral zone. Gay for the Bruins. Here's Wesley, couldn't control it. Lemelin's pass knocked down by Zolopukin. Alain Cote winding it around for Gay. Johnston goes for it. Johnston has it for Boston. Trying to feed out in front to Burridge. Johnston again, the puck hopping on its edge. Burridge now chases down for the Bruins. Johnston. Cote will come over to help out. Zolopukin has it for the Soviets. Gay makes a nice move to avoid Davidov. Gay into the zone. We have yet to have a penalty call in this hockey game.
I'll tell you, it looked like he caught a knee right on his own knee. I thought it might have been a tripping call. See Paul Gray limping off. Gay played on the '84 Olympic team, the United States Olympic team, 1984. Watch Gray come into the shot here. Looks like he catches a leg right there.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, that's a leg trip, but you should never criticize the officials because he doesn't have the second angle that we have, right? But Terry can do it.
Yeah, he did. He knew.
Coach O'Reilly, he knows.
It wasn't a trip, it was a hook.
It was hook. It was something. It was something.
Sweeney on the face-off for the Bruins against Sergei Nemchinov. Soviets lead 2-0. Here's Hawgood. Nemchinov intercepting. Dropping back for Kasatonov, one of the Soviet great defensemen. Alexei Kasatonov is 11th year with the Red Army team, number 6. Here's Homatov. And Homatov will just skate it back.
Again, if they don't have anything mounted, they'll bring the puck back and they'll look for something else.
Koschekin, backhander, kick saved by Lemelin with 5:19 remaining in the first period. Captain Keith Crowder of the Bruins. This is Hawgood. Pass deflected, and almost another opportunity for the Soviets as Nemchinov is coming in. Sweeney chasing down for Boston. It's Don Sweeney and Bob Sweeney. Jay Miller tried to center it out in front. Nemchinov has it for the Soviets. Statikov, number 3 for the Red Army. 4:45 left in the first period. Red Army team leads it by a score of 2-0. It goes by Davidov and Zolopukin. We haven't had a penalty in this game yet. Makarov dropping for Fetisov. Fetisov puts it in front. Makarov just couldn't control it off his skate. Makarov again puts it in front. The right out of the stick of the Bruins Wesley, who feeds ahead, and an opportunity for Cam Neely. Here's Neely coming in. Fanned on it, now puts it in front. Galley shot saved by Milnikov, and we got a whistle. We've got a penalty coming up. Neely came flying in, and there will be a hooky call and a power play coming up for the Bruins when we return right after this. Vladimir Konstantinov goes off for 2 minutes for hooking at 15:50, so the Bruins will have their first power play of this hockey game.
And the first power play for either team. Now, one thing the Bruins have to watch out for, as we saw the other night against the Islanders, 2 short-handed goals by the Soviets. They are very, very aggressive when they have a chance to be on a power play. And what I mean by that is once they feel that the other team might not be in control of the puck, they will charge people. They will try to take control of the puck. Again, look for that home run, try to spring somebody.
Sweeney, Joyce, and Crowder up front with Cote and Wesley. And Makarov has the puck now for the Soviets. Something we're seeing more and more in the National Hockey League. We're seeing the great offensive players killing off penalties, and this is something the Soviets have done.
Well, the Soviets feel that, you know, just because you're killing a penalty doesn't mean you just have to give up 2 minutes of the game.
Here's Joyce for the Bruins, and then Cote. Try to get it back to Joyce. And we're going to have a penalty coming up.
It's going to be on Krutov.
Going to go against the Soviets.
It's going to be a slash on Krutov, and the Bruins now with an excellent opportunity as Viktor Tikhonov. Well, he's not saying anything, but I think that look tells you exactly. He's a little confused about, wait a minute, what's that for? But Krutov, I call him more of a North American type of a player. Tikhonov cannot believe it's a penalty. The gentleman next to him, Boris Mikhailov, the captain of the Soviet team that we played against in 1980, and probably the greatest player ever to play hockey in the Soviet Union. But we're talking as we look now at Mikhailov, taking little notes, putting him in his book.
You know who my favorite was? Valery Karmelov, the late Karmelov.
Karmelov, he was his line mate.
Yeah, right.
Herb used to call him Stan Laurel, Stan Laurel.
Crowd wanting another penalty here, delay a game as Milnikov came way out of its net. So for a minute and 35, the Bruins will have a two-man advantage. They have Makarov out there, along with Igor Stelnov and Fetisov.
Fans looking for a penalty on Milnikov, but maybe they gave him a little international break there and not delay of a game.
Bruins control it. Here's Wesley. Quintal. Casper. Quintal. Wesley. Bad pass intended for Casper. He's able to control it, though. Quintal fires. Deflected wide by Stelnov. It'll come back to the point, but too far. And Quintal will have to chase down. We have a minute 5 remaining on the penalty to Konstantinov, and add 30 seconds, 25 seconds to the other penalty on Krutov. But the Bruins unable to get anything going here.
Well, what you have to do against the Soviets in this power play situation is you have to really take the time and set up. Don't give them any opportunity to use their quickness to pick up any loose pucks.
Carter goes for it. Instead, Kasatonov has him. Kasatonov clears. Kasatonov, Gusadov, and Baikov out there now for the Soviets.
Well, they skate so well, Spencer, that you have to really be deliberate. You have to set up your players and not give them any time or any room.
Wesley looking for Quintal. Carter has it. Quintal, Carter hopped over a stick. Gusadov will try and clear, and Quintal can't keep it in.
Again, the Bruins, that seems to me they're trying to rush the play. And that's one thing you don't want to do.
Gary Galley now for Boston. Sweeney puts it behind the net. Gusarov tries to clear. Bruins are able to keep it in. Konstantinov is now back on the ice, so one-man advantage for the Bruins. Bob Sweeney, the Boston College graduate. Konstantinov coming in, along with Gusarov for the Soviets. And Baikov's able to clear with only 10 seconds remaining on the penalty to Krutov. The Bruins legitimately did not get a shot on goal.
They have not had a shot yet, and they will not get a shot in this power play.
Krutov is back at his feet. He's out of the penalty box. The teams are now at equal strength. With a minute 40 remaining in the penalty, we'll take a break with the Red Army leading by a score of 2-0. Well, power play opportunity coming up here for the Red Army. Paul Gay goes off for slashing at 18-19 for the first power play opportunity for the Red Army.
Well, they called it Spencer, they called it a high sticking, but it was a slashing. Maybe he's a little frustrated from that penalty that was let go when he almost got the knee injury, and he went up and kind of hit Fetisov with a stick. Here's
Fetisov getting it to Kasatonov. See the circling action now. Krutov. Makarov, Alain Cote able to knock the puck down. But the Bruins able to clear. Greg Johnston getting it down to Milnikov.
Bruins out shooting the Soviet Red Army by a margin of 11-6, but the Soviets have been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Fetisov. Larionov giving to Krutov. Vladimir Krutov trying to skate it in. It's deflected away by Alain Cote and cleared by Wesley. With 40 seconds remaining in the first period, Soviets lead 2-0. Harry Sinda, general manager of the Bruins, kind of a pioneer in those great Soviet National Hockey League series, going to be Michael's guest in between the first and second period. Here's Kasatonov with a shot. Makarov was right out in front trying to deflect it home. Fetisov. Krutov 15 seconds. Kasatonov goes for it, and the Bruins may have an opportunity. Neely coming forward. That's Hoggett on his left. Couldn't find him at the blue line. Fetisov after it. And Vladimir Krutov feeds it out ahead, and that is it. As the horn sounds here at the Boston Garden, a good first period for the Bruins, an excellent first period for goaltender Sergei Milnikov, and Reggie Lemelin allowed a couple of them to get by him. Goals for the Soviet Union by Dobidov and Zelopyukin, and the Soviets lead it by a score of 2-0 after one. Right now, let's pause for a regional break. You're watching the NHL Soviet Super Series exclusively on Sports Channel. Viktor Tikhonov, his team out in front by a score of 2-0 as we get ready for the start of the second period. But overall, Mike, would you say Tikhonov would be satisfied with his team's play in that first period?
I wonder if he's ever satisfied. I don't think Terry is. Look at that
I'm not sure Terry's not.
No, this game is a little different for the Bruins. I think to Tikhonov, it's kind of more of an important game because he comes over here with his best players and he wants to show how good they are and how talented they are. But I think in this case of the Bruins, it's more of a survival, as well as give some of the young players a great opportunity to play against some of the best players in the world. The game doesn't mean anything in the standings. They have a big game against St. Louis Monday night. So it's an experience game for the Bruins, a good way for their young players to gain some valuable experience where down the road it's going to help them as a team.
Vladionov out there now for the Soviets, number 8. That's that great KLM line. Fetisov back in defense, and once again paired with Konstantinov and not Kasatonov. Been some talk as to why they've been switched around. You made reference, Mike, to the fact that there's an opportunity right here for the Bruins, right out in front, that is taken by Fetisov, that they're trying to work Konstantinov in, but there's also been some talk that Soviets, Tikhonov and Fetisov are kind of at odds. Of course, Fetisov might become a member of the New Jersey Devils, and he still wonders why he is not a member of the New Jersey Devils. And they've been kind of battling verbally. Makarov puts it out in front.
Well, I think the main reason why they've separated them a little is because they feel that maybe Fetisov can bring Konstantinov along a little.
Bob Sweeney feeding ahead to Keith Crowder. Crowder puts it in front. Konstantinov able to control the puck nicely. As Sweeney chases it, Crowder's able to keep it in for the Bruins. His shot is deflected wide by Vladionov. Fetisov and Galley battling for the puck. Sweeney and Konstantinov, number 16 now. And finally Krutov, Igor Krutov for the Soviets, clears it. It goes the length of the ice, and they're going to call an icing on this one. Well, it appears to me that Hoggett did have an opportunity to stop that ball.
Well, again, something you really see the Soviets do. Not only do they very really not dump the puck in, but ice the puck. Maybe he's just tired and wanted to get a line change. As we look at Greg Hoggett, we talked about him at the beginning of the show. 15 games, 5 goals, 5 assists. Having fun out there. See, that's what you like to see. The game is fun. It always should be fun. And I think with a game like this, where the opportunity for these two teams to play against each other, it's competitive, and yes, you obviously do want to win, that's the objective, but I think also to have some fun while you're playing against them, and that's a nice little reaction, I think, from Hoggett.
It's a great experience and an opportunity for these National Hockey League players to take on the Soviet greats. We get another icing call, and I think likewise for many of the Soviets, although perhaps they verbally do not express it in quite the same manner.
Well, they know some English. I've heard they've called me some things.
Oh, I'm sure. In English?
Years ago.
In English?
This gentleman did, not that gentleman there.
Yakushev?
Boris Mikhailov.
Oh, Mikhailov, excuse me. Yeah.
As we look at Milnikov, you know, at the beginning I said they weren't pleased.
In English, he said those things to you? In English, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Those, you can't repeat any of those on the air, can you?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay. Here's Neely firing wide. Kasper goes for the rebound. Right out in front, another opportunity for Neely, and Milnikov came up with a big save. Right through the crease it comes this time. And here's Dobidov taken into the boards by Hoggett. Stelnov goes for Kasper for the Bruins. Chernak, number 26, along with Carter, number 31 for the Bruins, and we'll have a face-off coming up. Great opportunity right out in front for the Bruins to have this deficit.
Well, you know, it's interesting.
Milnikov coming up big again.
Spencer, you know, you're watching the Bruins over the last maybe the last month, and one thing that they have had trouble doing even when they were healthy, is scoring goals. And, you know, here's a good play by Neely, but kind of fanned on. It looked like he got it off the heel of his stick. Couldn't get good wood on it. And another one in front, Neely. Now here Cam Neely is a 40-goal scorer and has been struggling this season, as have most of the Bruins. He's got 11 goals so far in the season, but he works hard. You can't take anything away from Neely. He's just snake-bitten a little. They're having trouble putting the puck in the net.
An old expression, once things start going badly, you can't think and shoot, can you, Mike? Once you start thinking, on this level in particular, you're in a lot of trouble. An opportunity right there in front for Paul Gay. And we'll get a face-off coming up deep in the Soviet zone. And Gusarov taking a little bit of flack from Jay Miller of the Bruins. We'll take a break with the Soviets leading 2-0. Back here at the Boston Garden with the Bruins trailing by a score of 2-0. Johnston will take the face-off for Boston against Baykoff. And the Soviets control. Kamensky tries to make a nice move and took a good, clean hip check that time from Gary Galley. And Milikov will hold on as Galley was skating in. Jay Miller, that is, was skating in. Miller's trying to stir some things up.
I think so. I'll tell you, that's one thing that Jay does very well. And it's a lift for the Bruins. They see him involved. They see him getting excited. And it picks up the team a little, as well as the crowd. But I just like to see the puck was frozen and Jay comes in and sprays a little snow on Milnikov just to let him know that he was there and he was around.
Miller last year with 312 penalty minutes. He already has 142 this season, so he's on pace to equal or perhaps surpass him. Well,
today in this game, you need people like Jay Miller on your team. He's a great way to just get things going when the team's struggling.
Leslie's shot sails wide as Don Sweeney won the faceoff. Bruins are beginning to take some bodies now. Stotakov with the puck for Soviets. Here's Glenn Wesley. Soviets leading 2-0. Alain Cote teamed with Wesley, and Wesley fires it in. Stelnok trying to get it to Kostichin. Kostichin shoots it down ice. Cote after it. No whistle on the play, no icing. Cote battling along the boards with Nemchinov, and a faceoff comes up deep in the Bruins zone with 16:26 remaining second period. 2-0, Red Army. And a good look right there at Igor Larionov, one of the great rising stars of the Soviet Union. Actually, he's risen far enough. Remember the great KLM line? Up until last year, his line had been the leading scorer in the Soviet Union since 1981.
And the line that replaced them is the second line in the Soviet Army team.
That is the line.
Kamensky, Homatov, and Baykoff.
And this year it's changed around again. Larionov's line has become number one. Nice feed by Makarov to Larionov. Back to Makarov. Oh! There you see the amazing teamwork as Larionov found Makarov in front, and Levelin came up with a big save. Konstantinov crashed into the boards by Neely. Makarov, his pass deflected, and Larionov gets after it. Gives to Krutov, who fires it in. And Sweeney now for the Bruins to Greg Hawgood. Hawgood trying to put it out in front, and Fetisov was there, and he loses to Casper.
Well, that's a couple of times we've seen Fetisov just give the puck away in front.
Great backhander, and what a save by Milnikov as Gary Galley fired a wicked backhander, and Milnikov just plucked it out of the air in a very nonchalant manner.
Well, again, it's something the Bruins have to do with Milnikov, is they have to get the puck up in the air on him. Galley made a nice play, turned around, took a nice backhand, but if you can see Milnikov, he's down on his knees. That's one thing they don't really like about Milnikov. He tends to go down too soon. First, let's look at the save that Reggie Lemlin made. Look at the Soviets. They just finds people. Right there to Makarov. Krutov just spun around, and he found Makarov. Nice save by Lemlin. And at the other end, Milnikov had to make a nice save. But again, he's down on his knees. You have to get the puck up in the air on him.
Instead, it remains a 2-0 game. Dobidov chasing it down. Bruins control the puck, and now Dobidov has it back. Dobidov, who came up with the game's first goal. Yeah, he could skate. Lost his footing a bit, but you saw great puck handling skills there by the youngster.
And he's a big boy. I mean, big boy meaning 6'1", 183 pounds, only 21 years old. And he looks like he's small out there because he skates so well.
Carried it beautifully and then just lost his footing. 14:40 remaining in this second period. And Milnikov, he came up big just moments after Lemelin did.
Again, watch what happens. Watch Milnikov. Well, he's out of the picture now. Here's Galley. Turns around, takes it back in. Watch where he is.
Down.
He's down right away. You have to get the puck up in the air on him. And, you know, I talk about they're not pleased with him as a goaltender. They're still trying to find that replacement for Tretий. And I don't know if they ever will, but the Artur Erbe, who's the goaltender for the Riga team, is their goalie of the future right now. And they're kind of biding time with Milnikov, although he played extremely well in Calgary. You know, 5 wins, 1 loss, you know, they won the gold medal. But still, I think they're looking for a more of a stand-up type goaltender.
Trying to find a replacement for Tretiak is something that...
Like trying to find a replacement for Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr or Wayne Gretzky or Babe Ruth. You know, they don't come along very often. Or Mike Ruzioni.
Right. There you go.
You'll never be replaced, Mike.
Thank you.
Except by this commercial break we're going to take right now. We'll pause for a regional break. The NHL Soviet Super Series exclusively on SportsGen. Well, Terry Gregson handing out a penalty right here. And it's going to go against the Boston Bruins for high sticking against Alain Cote. Comes at 6:01, so second power play of the hockey game for the Soviets. And the Soviets will send Bakov, Homatov out there. Homatov had a shorthanded goal against the Islanders a couple of nights ago. Terry O'Reilly peering on. Back at the point, they'll have Kasatonov and Gusadov has the puck. Kasatanov's number 6. This is Homatov, number 15, making a hard check into the boards from Don Sweeney. Gusadov. Homatov. Try to put it in front. He did, and a rifle shot is in by Bakov. Bakov just garnered it in and fired it home to make it 3-0.
You know, I was just going to say, Spencer, that against the Soviets killing a penalty, you have to be a little more aggressive. You can't just sit in the box because they get to open areas too well. They always seem to find the open man, and they always go to the open position. See how they're rotating? Puck comes back. Watch Tretий in front of the net. Homatov in front, takes the pass, nobody on him, and he banks it right off the boards, off the post and in. Again, that's great camera angles and camera action because you can see where they move and how they get into the open area. I believe it's Bakov, rather, who picks the pass up in front and just caroms it in off the post.
So it is now a 3-0 game. That goal coming at 6:19. On the power play for Bakov. Here's Starikov firing wide. And Neely comes up with it for the Bruins and clears it out to center. Sergei Nemchinov back now for the Soviets. Koschekin.
Assist number 19, Vladimir. Assist number 16, Vladimir Konstantinov.
Nemchinov. Zelopukhin. And Zelopukhin is taken down on the play by Steve Kasper.
Well, again, that's a typical Soviet play where he looked like he was going to take the shot. It wasn't a bad angle shot, but he decided not to and try to get a better angle. But in the National Hockey League or any place, you'll see that shot being taken.
Miller fires it wide. Neely goes after it. Bruins trailing 3-0 as Fetisov comes into the zone. Good cross-ice pass and a one-time shot by Makarov. And a save is made. Konstantinov, he fires, hits up high, backhander by Krutov, right out in front. Vladyanov goes for Fetisov. His shot deflected wide as Krutov got a stick on it. And Gary Galley has it now for the Bruins. Trying to feed out ahead to Kasper, who shoots back into the neutral zone. Here's Galley again. He is taken down, and we'll get a penalty coming up in Konstantinov, and a power play coming up for the Bruins when we return with 12:06 remaining second period. Red Army leads 3-0.
There's a look at Vladimir Konstantinov, who's going to sit 2 minutes for hooking. It'll be the third power play for the Bruins. Here's to take a look at it as he hauls Cam Neely down. He got a stick right in there. Neely grabbed a hold of it. Oh, it's not Neely, sorry. Thought that was Cam Neely.
So here are the Bruins on the power play. The last power play they had actually was a two-man advantage for 1:35. They didn't even get a shot on goal. Here's Wesley. That shot is deflected by Fetisov. Sweeney brings it back to Wesley. His backhand blind pass is intercepted, and Fetisov comes up with it. Fetisov, Vladianov, Kasatonov out there for the Soviets. This is Kasatonov along with Makarov. They'll kill off the penalty. Bruins have Don Sweeney out there, Greg Galley, Glenn Wesley, and Bob Joyce, along with Captain Keith Crowder. Sweeney shoots it in. Minute 13 left on the penalty to Konstantinov. Still the Bruins without a shot.
Well, the Soviets that time stood 4 men right across the blue line.
Deflected right in front by Sweeney. Nearly got it by Mielnikov, who went down again. This is Galley. Greg Galley puts it out in front. Comes to Joyce. Joyce's shot deflected right in front. Galley again. To Wesley. Try to sneak it through, but it's intercepted, knocked down, and cleared by Vladimir Malikov.
I was talking, Spencer, watch what the Soviets, once the Bruins come out of the zone, they'll put 4 guys right across the blue line and force the Bruins to dump it in. They're not going to let them carry it in. See there? 4 guys right across the blue line. John Carter does a nice job of breaking through and trying to get control of it. Unfortunately, they can't maintain it.
And hanging right at the line that time was Davidov as he took that clearing out pass. Here's Davidov again. Casper has it, only 5 seconds left of the power play. For the second time, the Bruins unable to get a shot. Here's Carter. Neely putting it in front, but it's intercepted by Nemchinov and cleared. So the team's back at full strength, and again, the Bruin power play unable to do anything.
Well, again, you know, it's something, I think, because the Soviets did such a nice job. But again, it's something the Bruins have had trouble throughout the last month or two is their power play. They've been struggling. And a lot of that is due to injuries. You have people out, you get people hurt, you have to supply new players. And the power play, to me, it's like an offensive line. They have to work together as a unit, and if some people are hurt, it hurts them.
Here's Kamensky. Took the pass from Komatov and fired it wide. Gusarov hops over the boards and flips it into the corner. Komatov is taken down, but Gusarov has the puck. On the left wing, his pass to Baikov, and the rebound score, Kamensky.
Oh boy, that was like a ping pong game. The puck was just bouncing all over the place. The Bruins couldn't get it out. The Soviets couldn't get control of it, and they finally just banged it in. The Bruins failing to clear the puck out of the zone, and Soviets keep it in, and passes are made. Watch this puck, it just bounces all over the place. Nobody seems to be able to clear it. Bounces over, and there's Kamensky just standing on the side of the net. Thank you very much. I'll just tap it in.
So at 10:42, Valery Kamensky makes this a 4-0 hockey game.
Boy, that's the real talented line of the Soviets. You talk about the KLM line, but Kamensky, Homatov, and Baikov, boy, they're awfully good themselves, and they just seem to be in the right place at the right time. They know where each other is, and they just bounce the puck back and forth to each other.
Homatov and Gusarov get the assists on the goal at 10:42. So it is 4-0. Here's Nemchinov. Soviets continue to attack. Zelopyukin, who had the Red Army's second goal of the game. Wesley takes him out of the play, and he came out with the puck anyway. Zelopyukin puts it in front. It's deflected aside by Randy Burritt. Here's Zelopyukin again. And a save made that time off the shot by Nemchinov. Nemchinov again. Soviets leading 4-0. Nemchinov puts it right out in front. Vladianov on a broken line right now. Well, what we were talking about before is Krutov just brings it back and starts
Brings
it all
it
over
back,
again.
set up, see if we have something, we'll send it.
Larionov chasing. Here's Stonikov. To Makarov. Makarov shot saved by Lemon, who will hold on. 8:01 remaining. Second period. Red Army leading by a score of 4-0. Good look at Bob Sweeney of the Boston Bruins. In his second full season with Boston, a graduate of Boston College. And he's from Concord, Massachusetts.
Historical Concord.
Historical Concord. That's right. Whole bunch of history in this part of these United States. Here's Crowder. Well, heck, Mike Eruzione lives in these parts of the United States. I mean, that's important. All good keeps it in. To Mike Eruzione and his family, it is. And to all of us. Here's Larionov.
It just seems, Spence, that the Soviet team just seems to be a step quicker and able to get the loose pucks and just to be one player ahead of the Bruins. And a lot of that, I think, is the fact that this is a depleted Boston Bruins team. This is not the same team that the Bruins started the season with.
A lot of injuries. Ray Bourque, of course, the most notable, but just in this game, Gord Kruzak out. Arthroscopic surgery at the beginning of the season. Billy O'Dwyer's out. Craig Janney, the fine rookie from New England, is out. Mike Talbot, Andy Brickley, Alan Patterson, Lyndon Byers, Dave Jensen, and of course Ray Bourque and Ken Litzman. And on and on and on. And tonight, bringing the new year with Sports Channel, when Dinamo Riga skates against superstar Wayne Gretzky and the Los Angeles Kings at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. That's this great Super Series matchup right here on Sports Channel, the network of the National Hockey League. You check your local listings for the regional game in your area. Second part of our Sports Channel Super Series doubleheader taking place tonight, and a penalty on Keith Crowder and a power play coming up for the Soviets.
Now Keith Crowder's going to get his elbow up just a little too high. Watch it right here. Now that could have been a right lead or an elbow. I'm not sure. On number 16, I believe that's Konstantinov. So again, what you don't want to do against the Soviets, especially when you're trailing by a score of 4-0, is take any penalties.
Now, last power play the Soviets had, Bakov scored 18 seconds after the power play got underway when Alain Cote went off. Soviets lead 4-0, 6:40 remaining in the second period. Komatov tried to put it down in front. Bakov goes for it. Wesley tries to clear, but it hit off Burridge. Here's Komatov. Komatov giving the bite. Bakov. Komatov, he's got a lot of room. He fires. Lemon with a save off the left arm. Demyansky goes for it, along with Bakov.
You don't want to give them too much time to set up, because now their players are very adept at getting to the open area, finding the open area, and finding the man who is open in the open area.
Here's Gusarov, and he loses opportunity for the Bruins. Burridge on a 2-on-1 as Casper on the right, fires, scores!
You see, finally the Bruins get a little aggressive, and number 12, Randy Burridge, picks off the loose puck, and he goes in. Now watch Milnikov. See, he goes down right away. Burridge is able to sneak it between his pads, and it trickles in. But again, a little more aggressive. They pick up the loose puck, force the Soviets to make a bad play. Watch Burridge with a shot. He goes down, it trickles right between his legs. Good play by Burridge in terms of the fact that he finally became aggressive, forced the Soviet to do something with the puck on the point, stole it, went in, waited long enough, waited for Milnikov to go down. Milnikov started to go down, and he put a nice little shot between them.
Short-handed goal for the Bruins makes it 4-1. Mike, it was kind of interesting, though, because Casper was covered, and Kasatonov did not try and cut Burridge off the way he might have been able to.
Well, I think what he decided was, I'm going to take Casper, and we'll let Milnikov take the shooter. And, you know, not a bad play, because now it takes away one option, that Casper is now out of the play, and it's one-on-one, goalie and the shooter. and not from a real difficult angle.
And it makes it a 4-1 hockey game. Soviets are still in the power play for 25 more seconds, but the Bruins looking for some life now that they've come up with a shorthanded goal at 14:01, unassisted by Burridge. 11 seconds left on the penalty. Markadov giving it to Larionov. Larionov shooting it in. This is Krutov taken into the boards by Hardug. Right out of the penalty box comes Crowder and tries to feed Kasper at the blue line. Fetisov gets back for it and drops the puck off to Larionov. There's Larionov again. Try to pass it to a trailer. Kasper intercepted. Carter goes for it. Carter, this is 3-on-1. Carter put it in front. Oh, what a play by Fetisov. On a 3-on-1, he just got a stick in front of it and saved what appeared to be almost a certain goal for the Boston Bruins.
I'll tell you, John Carter made a great play. We'll look at that when we come back. Here's a look at the replay. Nobody seemed to be able to get control of the puck. John Carter comes out with it 3-on-1. He does everything he should do. He gets the goaltender out. Look at Fetisov on his back, on his stomach with his stick extended, intercepted the pass. But Carter did everything he had to do. He had the goaltender coming towards him. He had the Bruin at the side of the net. Tip he had to Fetisov.
Bruins starting to take bodies. They are trailing 4-1 and trying to wake things up here. Starikov trying to get it to Dobidov. Dobidov colliding with Greg Johnston. And this is Sergei Nemchinov. Dobidov, who scored the first goal of this hockey game. Koschekin goes for it, avoided a check from Carter. Cam Neely and Malikov colliding on the boards.
Well, we haven't seen too much of Koschekin tonight. He's a youngster. He's only 20 years old, drafted by the Winnipeg Jets. Good size player, 6'2", 198 pounds, and he's kind of the odd forward that they throw out there once in a while. I think this is the first shift or second shift that we've seen him involved in tonight.
And everybody's talking about the Soviet team getting old. First of all, Dobidov scores the first goal of the night. Dobidov is 21 years of age. Zalapukin comes up with a second goal. He's 20 years of age. Baikov is 28. But Kamensky, another youngster at 23. This Monday afternoon on Sports Channel, Central Red Army will go against offensive gunner Johnny McLean and the New Jersey Devils at 1:30 Eastern, 12:30 Central. You catch this great Super Series matchup right here on Sports Channel, the network of the NHL. Check your local listings for the regional game in your area. 4-1 hockey game. Blake Cote looking like a football center, hiking the puck back. Kamensky and Cote go for it. Here's Homatov. Wesley after him. Gusarov could not keep it in the zone with 3:08 remaining. Kasatonov and Gusarov paired on defense as Homatov skates into the zone. This is the line that last year won what is called the Trud Trophy in the Soviet Union for most goals scored. Boyce losing on a poke check by Kasatonov.
I'll tell you, the Soviets are trying to make a few too many plays just inside their own blue line, and a couple of times the Bruins have been able to take it away and develop some type of a play or chance from it.
Crowder put it in front to Sweeney, and it was knocked down by Kasatonov. Good feed right into the slot. And we're going to whistle in a stoppage of play as the puck is pinned in the corner with 2:37 left in the second period. The Red Army leading by a score of 4-1.
Spencer, there's a few things you don't want to do in hockey. I don't care if you're playing in Europe or if you're playing in the United States. There's an area between each blue line, inside each blue line, maybe a 5-6 foot area where you do not have to want to make plays. That's where you can get burnt. The Soviets trying to make some plays at the Bruins end of the zone, trying to make some fancy passes. You have all your players going one way. The Bruins have been able a few times to intercept those plays and come back the other way. Same thing in your defensive zone. Those areas there, kind of gray areas, you don't want to have the puck there. You want to move it away from those areas as soon as you can.
There's been great anticipation by the Bruins. The Soviets are such a pattern team. And it's like the Bruins are ready for some of those swirling motions, and they're expecting the pass.
Exactly. They're getting the hang of it. The Bruins only have 5 players that are on the ice tonight that have ever played against the Soviets. And it's a distinct, different style of play. and you have to adapt to it, and you have to be able to play against it. The more you play against it, the more you understand what they're trying to do.
Go back to 1980 and the Olympic Games against this gentleman's team.
Well, we had 6 months to prepare for them.
Okay, well, you guys were prepared. You knew fully all those styles.
We had watched them play. We had known the style of what they were trying to do. We adapted our game to the European style of play. The Bruins, this team here, they don't have time to adapt. They're playing against the St. Louis Blues Monday night. That's the important game to them. This is experience. There's valuable lessons that they can learn out here.
Davidov taking a real hard shot from Don Sweeney with 2:09 remaining. Here's Malikov back for the Soviets, feeding ahead to Evgeny Davidov. And another hard shot that time by Greg Johnston.
Well, the fans like that. They like to see the Bruins get into this game a little more. They are a physical hockey team, and they haven't been physical that much tonight, this afternoon.
Scoreboard reads 4-1 in favor of the Central Red Army.
One thing you're not going to be able to do against the Soviets, you don't intimidate the Soviets. Years ago, you thought you could be able to do that, but not anymore.
Here's Krutov. Save, Lemelin, able to clear it aside. Right out of the stick of Paul Gay. Burridge loses control. Krutov tries to feed it ahead to Makarov. And Fetisov is back for it for the Soviet Union. Vyacheslav Fetisov. Oh, wicked shot by Cam Neely as he took Konstantinov down.
See, the Soviets, they have nothing going, they'll bring the puck back. Nothing's developing, they'll bring the puck back. Bruins just have to keep doing what they've been doing throughout the game. Don't chase too much. Don't have too many different gaps between where the puck is and where the next Soviet player is. Let them have it there. They're not going to do anything with the puck there. They can't score any goals. As the game moves along, you remember trailing by 3 goals. I mean, this is just typical vintage European hockey. They have a 3-goal lead. We're okay, but the Bruins don't want to commit too much because then they'll spring somebody the other way.
Krutov with the puck down. He'll have to wait for Makarov to clear the zone. 25 seconds remaining. It's almost like a skating drill.
Well, this is what they do so well. If you get behind, especially in a big ice surface, it's difficult to get the puck back sometimes. See, they got 3 guys caught, the Bruins. They have to be careful that the Soviets don't spring something.
It looks like Dean Smith's 4 corners.
Yeah.
Galley with a shot right at the buzzer, and the save made out in front. Well, the second period ends in a flourish for the Boston Bruins as Milnikov comes up with that big save right in front on Cam Neely. Neely is upset. He felt the penalty should have been called, but none was. And you see Neely over there talking to referee Gregson.
I believe Neely got a penalty, and I'm not sure what it's going to be for. We'll hear it right now. Nearly 2 minutes for roughing. Well, him and Krutov were going kind of toe-to-toe, and I agree with Cam. I think it could have been 2 calls. If you're going to call Neely, I think you should have called Krutov also. So
the situation will be, when we start the third period, the Bruins will be a man shy for the first 2. After 2 periods of play, though, it is the Soviet Union leading the Boston Bruins by a score of 4-1. I'll have an opportunity to talk with John Cuniff, one of the assistant coaches of the Boston Bruins. We'll talk about Soviet hockey in particular. Right now, let's pause for a regional break. We're getting ready for the start of the third period. You see the Soviet players gathered around their goaltender, Sergei Milnikov. They kind of gather around, John Cuniff talking about how they incorporated things from other sports. It's kind of like a basketball huddle. I mean, before a game, or a football huddle, before you're ready to snap the ball. But just watching them, and we heard John Cuniff talk about incorporating different things from different sports. That little freezing pattern they go into, I kind of kidded, called it very similar to Dean Smith's 4 corners offense. There is a similarity. I mean, they're able to freeze the puck in that way. It slowed the game down.
One interesting thing is that on a bigger ice surface, when they go into that type of a situation, if you're losing to them, say in the Olympic Games or in a World Championship, if you're losing 4-1, the game is almost over. Only because they're so good at playing with the clock and maintaining puck control. In a littler building like this, you have a shot at getting after him and forechecking and becoming aggressive with him and maybe getting the puck back. But sometimes, and that's what makes the Europeans so difficult to beat when you're playing in Europe, is if they do get ahead of you, you're in trouble.
Power play to start the period with Cam Neely off for roughing. And the shot by Fetisov. The save is made by Lemelin. And he may be hurt. You saw Fetisov just crank that up and one time it perfectly under.
Boy, he does it so well. And looks like Reggie got down there a little early. And the puck right up the top of the pads on his bare part of his body. There's that little space when the goaltender goes down at his knees where his pants just don't quite cover everything. And I think that's where it caught Reggie. But you talked about Fetisov. As we look at Andy Moog, who's the backup to a goaltender who, in my estimation, in the Olympic Games was outstanding against the Soviets. He made some sensational saves for Canada.
Kasatonov keeps it in. Makarov goes for it, and Fetisov has it. Fetisov puts it back behind the net, and intercepted by Kasper. Kasper and Fetisov going for the puck, and the Soviets control. Fetisov giving Kasatonov with 19:20 left in this third period. A minute 20 left on the period to Cam Neely. Fetisov will just drop it back.
Well, see, the Bruins are standing 4 men across the blue line and telling the Soviets to dump it in, but the Soviets don't want to do that, so it's going to be difficult for them to get it in.
Well, they're in now as Krutov came in, but it's shot right back by Wesley.
See, by bringing them back, it's going to be difficult for the Bruins to put 4 men across. Now they've got 3 across.
And here's Krutov into the zone. Kasatonov. Fetisov drops for Makarov. And a pass behind Kasatonov. Vyacheslav Fetisov giving to Ladyanov. Here's Makarov. Kasatonov, number 6. Fetisov tried a one-timer. He fanned on it, but out in front, an opportunity right there for Krutov.
Oh.
Now, you were talking about the puck bouncing well. Here's Fetisov half fanning on a shot and nearly sets up a goal as it comes immediately to Larionov.
Well, Larionov was all alone in front and then made a little pass between his legs. Take a look at this. Want to be a little fancy. Here's the pass to Fetisov. He fans on it, but all alone. Watch his back behind his back to Krutov. Krutov had the whole top corner and just missed the side of the net. But Larionov was all alone in front and made just a pretty little pass between his legs to Krutov, and Krutov not able to put it on net.
Good look at Sergei Makarov, a 30-year-older, 11th year with the Red Army. And Hoggett able to clear the puck. Only 20 seconds left on the penalty to Cam Neely. Igor Stelnov has the puck now for the Soviets, who lead it by a score of 4-1. Evgeny Dobidov, Chernik, Zelopyukin. Dobidov, who had the first goal, Zelopyukin the second. This is interesting. Malikov just dropped back out of the zone.
Well, it's 4-1. They're up 3 goals. They're playing with the clock right now. The only opportunities they're going to try to create is if Boston tries to force the issue. That's going to mean that's going to give the Soviets some opportunities to score.
Kind of interesting. In the National Hockey League, if you go into a shell like this at this stage, you'd be open to a great deal of criticism. The Soviets apparently believe their defensive tactics can hold to form for 17.5 minutes. That's how much time we have left. Here's Carter trying to move around Kasatonov. And we'll get an offside call on the Bruins. We'll take a break with 17:24 remaining, 4-1 Soviets.
They were talking about them going into a shell. They really don't go into a shell because this is part of their offense also. This is the way that they play. They're a great, as we talked about earlier, counter-attacking type of a team. And you may think they're just sitting in the lead, but they are in a way, but they're still waiting for you to give them that scoring opportunity, and they'll take it.
Here's Neely in the zone. John Carter goes with... So in effect, Mike, what you're saying is they have a certain method to their game which differs from the National Hockey League manner. The only way you can slow a game down in the National Hockey League is by going into the complete defensive shell. Their defensive shell also has offensive overtones to it.
Exactly. That's what they wanted. That's part of their offense. Take a look at Steve Kasper. You know, his numbers might be deceiving as far as goals and assists, but when it comes to killing penalties, shadowing Wayne Gretzky, and just being the defensive player that he is, kind of epitomizes in many ways the type of player that plays for the Boston Bruins. Just a real workaholic on the ice.
9 power play goals last year. Was second in voting last year for the Selke Trophy, which goes to the top defensive forward in the National
He's
Hockey
your Doug
League.
Jarvis type of player.
Oh, yeah. Zalapukin, saved by Lemelin. Here's Wesley. 16:35 remaining. Bruins are trailing 4-2. And Bob Sweeney now for Boston. Dropping for Wesley. 4-1. It's New Year's, the holiday season. They gave the Bruins a goal. Here's an opportunity. Koschekin comes in and scores. Well, there you go, Michael, what you were talking about. They may be in that semi-defensive shell, but looking for the breakdown, and they got him. And Koschekin wasted no time. Another one of the youth core, 20-year-old Pavel Koschekin makes it 5-1.
There's the Bruins trying to cross-ice pass, intercepted by the Soviets. Here's Koschekin. Breaks in all alone, and again, finds the hole. Look at the hole between Reggie Lemelin's legs. Really looks like Reggie's struggling a little in the net. He commits real soon. Koschekin waits, sees the opening, puts it between his legs.
So it is now a 5-1 hockey game. With the Central Red Army out in front. Pavel Koschekin.
Oh.
Here's another opportunity, and Larionov, Krutov that is. Save made by Lemelin.
Well, again, able to spring that man free. Krutov just shot it right at Lemelin. Looks like he was trying to put it between his legs. Lemelin did a nice job of standing up. And it was a stick save.
And here's Mikhailov, Fetisov. Larionov giving it to Krutov. Poked off a stick by Alain Cote. And Fetisov will drop the puck back now to Igor Larionov. Rink wide to Krutov. Knocked back once again by Alain Cote. Whoops. Fetisov going at it.
I'll tell you, Fetisov took a real cheap shot, and I believe it's Johnson. Greg Johnson, he hit him with an elbow, and Jay Miller, exactly. I'll tell you, you got to tip your hat to Jay Miller. He went right after Fetisov. Try to get a look, hopefully, on a replay.
And Jay Miller wants more of Vyacheslav Fetisov. And they're going to send Miller off also. So we'll take a break while the penalties are sorted out with 15:25 remaining third period. 5-1 Red Army.
The puck. Fetisov's going to come in. Looks like he's going to hit him with a hip check. Watch his left elbow. Bang. 5-minute major for Fetisov. For Fetisov. Listening to the announcer. I'm listening to the guy.
It's a Boston pronunciation.
It's Fetisov.
Fetisov.
And I'll tell you, he deserved 5 minutes for that one. And you know, it looked like he was going to hit him with the hip, and then bang, he just threw that elbow up. He's talking to the interpreter.
And Miller gets 2. So the teams skate 4 aside for the next 2 minutes. Mikhailov dropping it back for Krutov.
This will be interesting right now. The skating styles the Soviets have only 4-on-4, so there's a little more room for them to maneuver.
This is Mikhailov with the puck. Just skate it right back out.
They'll wait for an opening, and they'll look for an opening. What the Bruins have to maintain is there aren't that many gaps. And if there are any gaps, they try to close them up as quickly as they can.
Now it'll go the length of the ice, and we'll get an icing call right here. In the meantime, the Soviet team held on to that puck for 50 seconds. 51 seconds have expired on the penalty. More important for the Soviets with a 4-goal lead. That's 61 seconds. At the Bruins, or 51 seconds, the Bruins don't have an opportunity to get back in the game.
Well, that's the way they play. As we look at Greg Johnson, it doesn't look like he has any injury. At first I thought maybe he had his nose busted, or maybe his teeth were a little loose.
He was just jarred by that check by Vyacheslav Fetisov, who you see in the penalty box, a 9-time All-Star in the Soviet Union, 13th season.
He's played 12 years with the Central Red Army team. He's a, I believe it's a captain or a sergeant in the Red Army.
I think he's a major.
Major in the Red Army. That's bigger than a captain.
Oh, well, that's right. It's bigger than sergeant, too. Except the sergeants run the Army, they tell me. At least in this country, that's what they tell me they do. Malakov.
The cooks run the Army.
It's Stelnov. Oh! Stelnov was taken into the boards as Selma was taken off, and that fierce check by Greg Hauger. Here's Chernik. Dovidov. Chernik. Stelnov. His helmet's down the other end of the ice. Chernik. Malakov. And Wesley has it for the Bruins. 20 seconds from now, Bruins will have a man advantage for 3 minutes, with Fetisov still in the penalty box. And this is Stelnov chasing it down. Krutov skates onto the ice now. Kasatonov ahead to Krutov as Baykoff on the right. Here's Baykoff. Power play now for the Bruins. Steve Quintal out there. He has not seen much action tonight, taken right off his stick, and the Soviets will try and kill a little time right here.
Well, this is where you have to watch out for the Soviets. The Bruins are going to be very aggressive to try to get back in this game. They're trailing by 4 goals. They have 2.5 minutes left in this power play. And this is where the Soviets will try to pick your pocket and maybe steal the goal.
Soviets leading 5-1. And for the Bruins, Randy Burridge tries to put it in front for Crowder. Backhand attempt, and what a save off the backhander by Gary Galley once again by Milnikov.
Gary Galley falling down as he shot that, really couldn't get as much on it as I'm sure as he wanted to. But again, Milnikov down, and Galley almost being able to sneak it between his legs like the Burridge goal. Here's a look at it. Now watch Galley. See, it's a little behind him. He's falling. He still does a great job of getting a piece of it. Almost trickle. Look at Milnikov's not sure where it is, so he puts his glove behind there to see if it, make sure it doesn't trickle in.
Interesting, you keep pointing out that the Bruins are shooting low. Milnikov goes down, and yet I don't really, off the top of my head, remember a Bruins shot rising off the ice in this hockey game.
Well, that one was a tough case of Galley not being able to get a hold of it.
I mean, the shot he got off, considering the circumstances, was excellent. Exactly. And he got some pretty good velocity on it.
Yes.
Here's Greg Hauger chasing down. 2 minutes, 5 seconds remaining on the penalty to Fetisov. And the Bruins will skate it out. Dave Kasper will fire it in. Cam Neely puts it in front. Stonikov. Hauger keeps in, fires, save Milnikov, and clear by Konstantinov. Minute 45 left in the penalty. Pavel Koschekin's goal at 3:40, the only score of this period. 3-1 in favor of the Soviets. Kasper trying to sneak through. Makarov blocks him off. Here's Neely. Wesley. Hauger, that bouncing puck 1 time, and it goes right through the crease. Kasper had an opportunity. Kasper again. Score! Neely puts it home, and it's 5-2.
Oh, what a real pretty play. Nice give and go with Steve Kasper and Cam Neely. And Neely just kind of looks like directed the puck low along the ice in the far corner. Let's take a look at it. Just a real pretty give and go. There's the first chance. It was deflected wide. Here's Neely with the puck. Kasper's going to sneak off to the left. There's Kasper at the bottom. He gives Neely to Kasper, and he just kind of deflected it. Boy, what a pretty play by Neely. You look at the blade of Neely's stick. Here comes the pass. Kasper to Neely. Now watch Neely. He just kind of turns the stick, turns the blade just a little, and maneuvers the puck into the far corner. Pretty goal.
So it is now 5-2, and the power play still exists for the Bruins, with Fetisov off of that 5-minute major. And a great goal right there for the Boston Bruins. Cam Neely putting it home.
That was Neely from Joyce and Kasper. Power play goal at 8:20 of the period. 11:33 remaining in the third period. 5-2 now. Soviets lead.
Well, the Bruins need another goal on this power play. Quintal keeps it in the zone now. Carter chasing it down. For the Soviets. Here's Quintal. He'll fire. Save out in front. Grado was right on the doorstep. Quintal goes cross ice. Save! Milnikov off the shot by Bob Sweeney, and a beauty. He went down, but you can't shoot it over his head when he's in that position, I'll tell you that.
Well, Bob Sweeney, he got a lot on the shot, but I think he got it up a little too high. And if Milnikov didn't catch it, I think it would have gone over the net. This is a nice play by Quintal. The first shot there is deflected off to the corner. Now it comes back again. He fakes the shot. Now this Sweeney, one time it was a little high. He had a lot on it, but I think he would rather have gotten it down just a little. Here's a look at Quintal. He slides it over. And I think that, well, it might have been deflected, might have knuckled down a little. Good decision by Milnikov, obviously, to make the catch, but I think Bobby Sweeney would like to have that shot just down a little more.
So remains 5-2, 33 seconds left on the penalty to Fetisov. Wesley's shot was deflected wide. On the rebound, Hallgood goes for it. Here's Stonikov for the Soviets. Tries to clear, and he does. And here's Davidov chasing down. Lemelin beats him with the puck and winds it around to Cam Neely. 15 seconds left on the Fetisov penalty. Neely taken down by Konstantinov. And that one sails up into the crowd.
I'll tell you, Davidov, he's flying out there. He's putting on quite a show. You know, talk about the game. Marty Barrett of the Boston Red Sox is sitting behind me.
One of the really nice people in professional
super
sports.
guy. He says he comes over once in a while to watch some Bruins game. He wanted to know all about this Davidov. He says, boy, does Gretzky skate like that? He was curious. I said, very similar.
Davidov plays like Marty Barrett plays, you know, all out 100% of the time. Well, it would be Marty Barrett's kind of player.
He's taller, though.
Yeah, but he, you know, can't hit like
his heart's as big.
Here's Sweeney. Bruins down by 3 goals, and Fetisov is up and out of the penalty box, so the teams are now at full strength. And another hard check that time by Paul Gay. Joyce in the corner. This is Gay. Konstantinov and Don Sweeney go for it. Kasper keeps it in the zone. Joyce after it. Fetisov chased by Joyce.
Watch out.
Stonikov, he was looking for Davidov.
Nice play by Cote.
And it's finally touched by Baykoff, and the puck stays alive. No icing. Here's Baykoff in front. Fired it wide. On the rebound, Kasper goes for the Bruins.
Game getting a little chippy right now.
Kasatonov, and the save is made, and on the rebound, Davidov is stopped. 9:31 remaining in the third period. Red Army leads 5-2. Let's pause for a regional break. You're watching the NHL Soviet Super Series exclusively on Sports Channel. With Mike Eruzione, Spencer Ross back here at the Boston Garden. Our best wishes for a happy and healthy new year from all of us at Sports Channel, all of you. The Boston Bruins are trailing the Central Red Army by a score of 5-2. First part of our Sports Channel doubleheader tonight from the LA Forum. It'll be the Kings with Gretzky against Dinamo Riga. Kasatonov put it in front. Here's Johnston for the Bruins, shooting it in. Gusarov colliding with Miller. And we'll get an offsides call, an icing call, and the puck will come down the other end of the ice. Interesting, Miller's out there now. I want to see what might take place if Miller meets up with Fetisov.
I'll tell you, Miller had a great reaction after the whistle. I think he thought he was getting called for a penalty, and it's perfect. Miller goes in as hard and aggressive as he can. Watch Jay coming in. He's going to hit Gusarov. He misses him. The whistle blows. No, look, I didn't do anything. There better not be a penalty on that play, because I didn't do anything. I didn't hit him. It wasn't me.
I may have been trying to, but I missed him.
So don't think you're calling me for a penalty.
You can't get penalized for intent. Konstantinov's shot is just deflected wide.
Go to jail for intent to murder.
Well, yeah, but the unintent.
Oh! That is a Boston Bruins goal. I've seen it happen here in high school, college, and pros. And Milnikoff is now welcome to the club. Of all the great goaltenders that have ever played here, that has happened to.
Just took that friendly bounce off the Bruins board.
I've seen it happen to the best goalies in the world in this building. Here's a look at it. This is just this is unlucky. This is part of life, part of hockey. Off the boards, hit his skates, and went in. Sergei, don't worry about it. You're one of many that it's happened to.
And it is now a 5-3 hockey game. Larionov comes into the zone. Don Sweeney tries to clear it out. Konstantinov, 5-3 now the score. As Hoggood gets the goal and Don Sweeney gets the assist to make it a 5-3 hockey game. And we're going to take a break here. Let's pause for a regional break. NHL Soviet Super Series exclusively on Sports Channel. That man is not happy.
Oh, you could have heard him he was calling to Terry Gregson. You never saw it. I can't believe you called it. You never saw it. They have Keith Crowder for tripping. Not a good time for the Soviets to have a power play because Boston was back in the game, or is back in the game. I should say it's 5-3, 8 minutes and 14 seconds left to go. And they were starting to take control a little more aggressive. The game became physical again. It's with the Bruins. The Bruins wanted to play this game in the corners and along the boards. That's what they do very, very well. They don't want to play through the neutral zone. They don't want to get into this fancy dance stuff. They want to go at it.
And instead, right now, the Soviets will just try and kill a couple of minutes and possibly look for an opportunity. But here's a break for the Bruins. Kasper coming in. Saved by Milnikoff. An opportunity for Kasper to narrow the margin to 1. Larionov for the Soviets. And there's Wesley firing it down the ice with 1:05 remaining on the penalty to Crowder. Burridge will keep it in the Soviet zone. Tisov is able to work it free, giving it to Gusarov. Kamensky. Valery Kamensky fires in. And Lemelin, pretty dangerous move by Lemelin, with 2 red shirts coming after him.
Now, Reggie handles the puck pretty well for a goaltender.
Here's Kamensky once again. Greg Hoggood right with him. Gusarov, Homatov, Bakov. Nice move by Bakov to Homatov. Bakov, that's the spot where he scored the goal in the second period. Deflected away, and that'll be a hand pass against Bakov in a stoppage of play.
Again, the Bruins much more successful as we look at Bob Sweeney, who hand passed the puck, slapped the puck into the corner, causing the whistle. But when they're more aggressive, especially killing the penalties, the game tends to go back into their area again. Here's a play by Steve Kasper. Does a nice job poke-checking the puck away, or poke-checked away by Sweeney, rather. Here comes Kasper, and he just couldn't get it up quick enough. He goes to his backhand. He's trying to get it up top, and it was almost like he was pulling his body away from where the puck was. He was extended too far and couldn't get the whole blade of the stick on the puck and get it up top as quick as he wanted to. It was kind of a fan shot again.
So it has now become a 5-3 hockey game. You see Kasper talking with Reggie Lemelin. Talking earlier about Kasper. Last year, offensively, he had his best year, 26 goals, 44 assists.
Well, he comes to play every night. You have to respect his work ethic. Here we go.
There's a collision between Gusarov. There's Kasper. Oh, he should have taken it himself as he fed it to Burridge.
I think he was afraid that Burridge might have gone offside. Burridge tried to slow down.
Here's Burridge's shot, blocked by Konstantinov. And Burridge gets it over to Kasper. Back to Crowder, who's out of the penalty box. Keith Crowder after it, along with Bakov for the Soviets. Crowder and Bakov fighting for the puck. Kasper comes out with it out in front to Burridge. Shot is deflected. Quintal after it now for the Bruins. Crowder comes up with it. But it'll come down the ice with 5:58 remaining. And Greg Galley will chase it down. Soviets changing the fly.
That's what the Bruins want to do. They want to keep the puck wide. They want to keep the puck up against the boards because that's what they do well.
Steve Quinto trying to put it in front. Knocked down. Here's Casper. Bruins putting on a good offensive pressure situation here on the Soviets. For the first time, you almost get the feeling that the Soviets are hanging on a little bit. They do have that 2-goal lead, and we'll take a break with 5:24 remaining in this third period. Mr. Tikhonov's hockey team is leading by a score of 5-3. Off the face-off, the Bruins control it. Don Sweeney. Bob Sweeney at it. Up into the air it goes. Joyce after it, along with another number 27, Koschekin. And here come the Soviets. Telepukin shooting it in. Bruins running out of time. Paul Gay giving to Glenn Wesley. Wesley's pass off Bob Sweeney's skate. And shot back by Konstantinov. Alain Cote to Glenn Wesley. Wesley ahead to Gay at the blue line. Deflected down, and Konstantinov has it with 4:43 remaining. Fetisov, Makarov, and Larionov. Here's Casper. Alain Cote for the Bruins to Casper. Trying to make the move, and very nearly did around Larionov, and the puck was deflected away. Fetisov again with 4:10 remaining. Igor Larionov coming forward to Krutov. Dropped it for Makarov, but he wasn't there.
No, Makarov circled out of the zone. I was surprised because you could see exactly what Krutov was trying to do.
Casper goes for the puck. Neely nearly made that one happen as he deflected the puck away in front. Here's Neely again. Malakov after him. And it's taken by Krutov. Vladimir Krutov for the Soviets. Giving to Igor Larionov, number 8. Knocked away. Bruins may have a break here. Gusarov and Neely went for it. Gusarov's helmet is knocked off by Neely. Larionov with Makarov trailing. And we have Neely and Gusarov going at it head-to-head, and we'll take a break right here with 3:24 remaining. Red Army leads 5-3. Three minutes and 24 seconds remaining. Viktor Tikhonov's team is leading Terry O'Reilly's team by a score of 5-3. The Red Army 5, the Boston Bruins 3. Red Army led it 5-1 earlier in this period. Here's Galley's shot, deflected way back, about the 25th or 30th row. It's beautiful Boston Garden. When I say beautiful, aesthetically, it's beautiful like something that's been lived in for a real long time. No, it's not modern. Look at those banners hanging from the rooftop, and it may go the way of all old buildings very soon, they say.
Well, you talk about times changing and which is best for the fan, modern building, elevators, the whole 9 yards, or the history of the place.
Yeah, you got to walk up the stairs.
A little of both.
Yeah, you got to walk up the stairs here. And we're playing a hockey game here in late May.
Is difficult.
Yeah, I mean, there's no air conditioning in this building.
Or a basketball game.
No, yeah, exactly. 3 minutes, 5 seconds remaining. But they're going to build a new one right next door. Here is Telepukin, the shot blocked in front. And the Bruins skate out. Johnston with the puck. Dropped for Quinto. And a shot back by Starikov. Greg Galley with it now for Boston. As he is chased by Dobidov, and he shoots it in. 2:45 remaining.
What happens, Spencer, is the Bruins trying to gamble and
Well, here's Galley with a shot, and Melnikov with a save.
The Bruins trying to gamble to get some goals is going to create some scoring opportunities for the Soviets, so they really have to work double hard.
Jay Miller shooting it in.
Make sure they're playing both ends of the ice now.
Kamensky gets it over to Homatov with 2:13 remaining. 5-3 in favor of the Red Army. Burridge takes it away and shoots it in. Satanov after. Wesley. Alain Cote as the clock ticks down. And the Red Army leading by a couple of goals, 5-3. Here's Crowder. Put it right in front to Wesley and knocked away nicely by Bakov. Gusarov. Alain Cote with 1:34 remaining. Homatov and Cote chase it down. Cote has the puck. And Homatov knocks it away from him. Opportunity. Bakov goes for it. Level it, falls on it.
Almost gave one away right there. Reggie Lemlin trying to find a handle on it.
Well, Cote is the one who gave up the puck. Say, tonight, bringing the new year with Sports Channel, and Dinamo Riga skates against superstar Wayne Gretzky and the LA Kings at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Catch this great Super Series matchup right here on Sports Channel, the network of the NHL. Check your local listing for the regional game in your area. Actually, I was trying to find out from one of the Soviet personnel, is there such a name, a word in the Soviet dictionary? Dynamo. It's actually, I would think it's the American name. The English word they're using, dynamo. So why don't we call them dynamo?
Because they said it's dynamo. I don't know.
Well, that's the way they pronounce it. But it is a dynamo.
Oh, okay. I just do what I'm told.
Oh, yeah, that's
Soviets tell me it's dynamo, it's dynamo.
Fetisov chased by Carter, and Carter takes the puck away from him. Here's Kasper. To Neely, and Kasper just shot it wide. Kasper and Neely had another good setup, but this time they were unable to put it home.
The Bruins would try to pull Lemlin, but they've left him in.
49 seconds remaining. Cam Neely fires. Milnikov with a save, and he clears it away. And Makarov has the puck. Well, it would have been a good opportunity right there. Krutov shoots it out to center. Larionov just shoots it down ice with 34 seconds remaining. And the Bruins trailing 5-3. We get an icing call. Let's see what happens now.
Well, I saw Lemlin try to come out and try to get the attention to Coach Terry O'Reilly and assistant coach John Cuniff, but maybe they must have made the decision.
Yeah, Terry's not even looking over that one.
Yeah, you know, it's not, game doesn't count in the standings, although I'm sure you want to win, but, you know, play it out and let's get ready for the game Monday night.
And the Soviet team, the Red Army team, will continue its series
Timeout, Boston.
at the Meadowlands Arena against the New Jersey Devils. And that game will be Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock. Well, timeout call. Taking and talking with his crew. Goaltender Sergei Melnikov, smile at his face. He's played well today.
He has played well, and like I said, the only problem they have with him is that maybe he's just trying to replace Tretiak. He's a different style goaltender, and I think to be successful, especially against North American teams, and you know, come Olympic time and World Championships, I think you have to have that stand-up type goaltender.
And remember, replacing Tretiak, you're talking about Lemlin is going to be pulled. And replacing Tretiak, we're talking about replacing maybe the greatest goaltender the game has ever seen. I mean, arguably. I mean, some people will talk about Bernie Parent and several others, Len Halls, people like that, but you can make a good case for Tretiak.
Well, he's the best the Soviets have ever had.
Yes, absolutely. So 6 skaters now out for the Bruins, the empty net. Down the other end, the draw is won. Wesley, the shot by Neely, and it's cleared down ice. Let's see if it's going to ricochet home. No, it's going to go wide. Hoggett after it. He expected an icing call. He didn't get it. Right on that, Hoggett saves a goal right there as Chernik put it right in front. It's shot into the zone now by Kasper and Milnikov. Well, he learned a lesson that last time as the one that bounced.
You know, I was saying it, and I've been to high school state tournament games here, where I've seen it happen. I played college hockey here, played Bean Pots and ECAC championship games. I've seen it happen.
And you've seen it happen in Bruins games.
I've seen it happen in Bruins games. So, you know, it's just like playing basketball in the parquet. You know, the bounces, some of the basketball teams come in here and the ball doesn't bounce true in certain areas, and only the Celtics know those spots.
Right.
Just like the Boston Garden. Bruins know those little spots. Although it's happened to Andy Moog as a Bruin goaltender.
As beautiful as that parquet floor is that they put down for the basketball game.
Home field advantage.
There are a lot of dead bounces on that floor. But don't ever replace it, and they won't when they build a new arena. They're going to move that floor over. We have 9 seconds remaining. Final opportunity for the Bruins. Again, Casper wins a draw. Wesley shot, save, rebound, nearly score!
A real nice play by Neely and Wesley. You know, something that I thought Wesley should have done on the last face-off was shoot the puck instead of passing it in the corner. But face-off is won. What's Neely? Right at the bottom of the screen, goes to the net. Save is made. Milnikov's out of the picture, and he just bangs the rebound in. Take a look at the angle again. Casper does a super job on the face-off. Wesley shoots, rebound. Milnikov is down. His own man actually got in his way. And Cam Neely's there. Boy, you would like to see maybe another 40, 50 seconds, see what happens with this game.
Problem is, the Bruins have scored 3 straight goals, but 5 seconds remain. The assists on the goal, Wesley and Casper. And it is now a 5-4 hockey game, but only 5 seconds remain. Lemelin stays on the bench. And the Bruins with the extra skater.
We're just going to try to win this draw back, and Neely's going.
And it's shot just wide of the net by Kamensky, and that'll do it. And Bakoff won the draw, and Kamensky went for the goal. So the Central Red Army team of the Soviet Union has come away with its second straight 1-goal victory over a National Hockey League team. They beat the Islanders 3-2, and in this one, they come away with a 5-4 victory over the Boston Bruins. And the traditional handshake will take place at center ice, and Terry O'Reilly and Victor Tikhonov also exchange handshakes as the Central Red Army team in their bright, spanking new uniforms. That's the best uniforms they've ever had. And I understand was part of the deal of coming over here. The NHL had to pay for their new uniform, which they did. Final score here, the Central Red Army. There you see Terry O'Reilly coming back out in the ice to shake hands.
Well, this is what the game's about. Harry Sinden talked about it. It's great for the people in Boston, the fans, the people in this country. Glasnost does exist, and it can be on the ice or just an exchange of nuclear weapons, whatever. It's just great to see this type of game happen. It's great for the Bruins. They've got a big game Monday night, but they learn a lot. Now he's explaining to him that he didn't try to hit him.
Yeah.
He said it was a shoulder.
Yeah, well,
it was your elbow.
That's exactly
what he was trying to tell him. Was I didn't mean to hit him with try to hit him with my shoulder.
Well, I really think that was the original intent, and then when he moved, the elbow came flying.
Whatever.
Okay, we'll get back here to wrap things up at the Boston Garden. The final score: the Central Red Army 5 and the Boston Bruins 4. Back after this.